It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street, they. Maiyegun la wamo, la mo do 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 do. Maiyegun diary.
Hello there.
Maiyegun la wamo.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. Share these broadcasts. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun is here. Like the broadcast. Read the caption. Read the description. Exactly. And then sit back. Relax while we get started. Just do that.
Godfather is in.
Thank you very much for joining me, by the way. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you.
Lórí Facebook.
Adeyika Taiwo. Thank you very much. I got that your message for my birthday. Thank you very much, sir or ma. Not so sure if it's a ma. Sir. Same thing goes to Badewa Olukunle. Thank you very much. I got your gift and I got your message. And finally, Munir Oshinaike. Thank you so much for your gift and for the birthday message. God bless you all. Thank you. Good evening to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And then good morning to you. From wherever you are watching from again. Yes, this is Maiyegun Live. And if you have read the caption of this broadcast, the rider is Gang Up Hell Rufai of Kaduna went on the TV in Nigeria to confirm the alarm raised by Tinubu about 2 weeks ago. I mean, the fuel scarcity, Naira, change of Naira, and Naira scarcity. All of these are policies put in place to make you hate APC so that you won't support Tinubu. Well, Tinubu, as coward as he is, so to say, he couldn't even mention the person behind it, Bokwari. And everyone as well who has been talking about this. Now, here is something I really want to say before we get into this conversation fully, okay? Because it's going to be going this way, that way, and all of that. So please, be prepared. Before the Congress of APC, Egbekegbe, you remember when I showed you that clip where Bokwari told them, and he called all the APC governors, including Rufai, and he told them, he said, listen, could you guys just do me an honor and let me choose my own successor? They left the meeting in agreement that Bokwari can choose his successor. Unfortunately, Bokwari didn't present that successor, his own candidate or his own anointed candidate. He didn't present it to those governors. And before they could say Jack, they realized that some elements within Bokwari's government are already pushing to retain the presidency in northern Nigeria. And the person that will inherit that, succeed Bokwari, will be Lawan, the rubber stamp Senate President of Nigeria. So when the governor sensed that, right, it was easier for them to come out. If you remember that time, they came out and they said they are supporting the power shifting to the south. But power shifting to the south, there are about 2 people there, or 3 or 4, far more. But let's say southwest, Pastor Ruga was there, Tinubu was there. I mean, who could be their choice or option in that confusion, Sha? Some of them settled for Tinubu, and others stayed kind of aloof. You know, they have about 22 governors, Abi, APC, Egbekegbe in Nigeria. How many of them have you seen around Tinubu? Well, we'll come back to that. So, Bokwari didn't give anointed candidate or anything. Tinubu played that game enough that he was able, according to them, he was able to beat those who are within that presidency inside that asshole rock. So he was able to beat them, even at the die minute, when Adamumu, their chairman, was about to play that hanky-panky that night. If you remember that night of their convention or congress. So having done all of that, to them, well, the best person won. Here you get all the scheme, everything, yeah? They've defeated that, but it wasn't over. And do you remember I have always been telling you, because I strongly believe that, by the way, I do, that the defeat and the destruction of APC, Egbekegbe, the defeat and the destruction of people destroying people, they are going to be so similar. Their destruction would have to come from within. Because you see, these guys, when it comes to this power play and all of that, right? It is business. And it is the business of the survival of the fittest in it. They don't really know party per se. So, let's say that of APC, Egbekegbe. The bloody jihadist APC, Egbekegbe, has shown you, right, that everything that you condemned 8 years ago, things that got you so raging and angry 8 years ago, have become something you have been taught to learn how to live with. You used to get angry when you heard the rumor that people are kidnapped by terrorists, remember? Some of you used to be so angry, but not anymore. Some of you used to be so angry when you notice the abuse of power of the family members or people who are close to the seat of power in Nigeria. Since Bukwari came, you have decided to get used to it. Some of you get so irritated, triggered. The fact that anyone would ever become confident enough, right, to starve you of a fuel. For 7 years, you have been suffering the worst of the worst economic hardship. But guess what? A lot of you have learned how to adapt, acclimatize. You used to be so enraged when you hear that people steal money, people stole money, people did this, that. But these days, you just kind of just wink and move on, because you are facing even more than what you bargained for since these criminals came to be. They will rig election, they will tell you to go to court. You go to court, you meet Tanko technicality there. Babala Wayfair, that plane driver, former CJN, before the one they brought now. So they don't give a damn. You stage a protest, they shoot and kill you like nothing. You peacefully gathered under their supposed law, demanding for justice, equity. They turn their barriers of gun on you, and they still come out boldly to deny, barefaced liars. APC, that's APC, they don't give a damn. So if they have to go down, they would have to destroy themselves by themselves. That is when half of your job is done. To everybody who is angling, APC will show them. You don't really have word to show them. I'm serious. I'm sorry. And that is why when they pretend to downplay their house that is burning, even when you know, do not celebrate until the entire house is burned down, because that's what they're about to do to themselves. The only thing you can wish for is for them never to find peace. And watch how they will self-destruct. They live in denial all the time, but it's obvious. Everywhere Kolu goes to, he attacks Buhari. This is not going down well with Buhari people, including supposed Tinubu people that are with Buhari. You know, imagine you are serving inside Buhari's government and your presidential candidate, every given opportunity, they will lash at you. Shara. And then he will pretend, I know he's talking about other people who were there for 16 years, not you. But you actually know that he's sending you all these messages until he finally broke the camel's back and he accused Buhari of, destroying Nigeria Naira, moving it from 200 Naira to $1 to what is it? It is now 800 Naira to $1. Who did that? Buhari. So they are, whenever he says things that they feel like they will go and beg Buhari, Buhari will be like, okay, we are watching. But listen to me very well, oh. For those of you who understand the game of chess, I know to know them. But even if you know Sabi play them, you can read a lot about chess, the steps, the tricks, the everything, sha. And you get to know that Bokwari, a sadistic, jihadist tyrant, is also a good player when it comes to long game. Somebody who wants glory, even in his failure. And the way he treated Nigerians and APC, Egbekegbe treated Nigerians in the last 7 years. Are you with me? And then, with the same disdain and nonchalant attitude plus insensitivity of whatever your complaint is, they are about to give them the same treatment, which is Tifnumbu. So the battle right now is APC versus APC. And I'll tell you, immediately after their Congress, the first action of Kolu was to send a signal to the people that he knew were working with those, they use the word they inside the asshole rock, was to send a signal to them that, listen, I will deal with you. I know you, I know what you did, you betrayed me, and all of that stuff. I will deal with you. And them in return are like, okay, let's see how you're going to do it. So majority of them have stayed away from Tifnumbu. Those who stayed around him are just trying to just fulfill all righteousness, and it's obvious the real support they are looking for. Remember, they believe that Tifnumbu is going to inherit Bokwari's 10 million, or 20 million voters from northern Nigeria. Then it seems that that is not going according to plan. Right? So El Rufai went on TV after Tifnumbu's rage. They are hiding the naira. They hid the petrol to make Nigerians hate me. So they don't want me to win. I will beat them silly. Same way I beat them during the primaries. And guess what? Other things are happening that are really giving them a real concern. And they believe that the number one people that actually want Tifnumbu to lose are no other than Bokwari and the presidency. What went wrong? What happened? We'll figure it out. But listen to this guy, El Rufai of Kaduna, and the credit for this clip goes to the Sunrise program on the Channels Television. So please, we just have to borrow this clip. Let's give them the credit. Yeah, El Rufai.
The manifesto of the party. It's important to understand that.
Is there a division? Because the people in the villa, some people will say, will argue that they're part of your party.
No, most of them are not. That's what is interesting. Most of them are not.
Is there a division between those around the president and those within your party right now, you know, which is affecting your party's presidential campaign council?
I believe there is. I believe that there are elements in the villa that want us to lose the elections because they didn't get their way. They had their candidate. Their candidate didn't win the primaries. And I think they are still trying to get us to lose the elections. And they are hiding behind the president's desire to do what he thinks is right. I'll give 2 examples. This petroleum subsidy, okay, which is costing the country trillions of naira, was something that we all agreed will be removed. In fact, I had a discussion with the president and showed him why it had to go. Because how can you have a capital budget of 200 billion for federal roads and then spend 2 trillion on subsidy? This was a conversation I had with the president in 2021 when the subsidy thing started rising. He was convinced. We left. It changed. Everyone in the government agreed. It changed, okay? Secondly, the second example I will give is this currency redesign. You have to understand the president. People are blaming the governor of the central bank for currency redesign. No. You have to go back and look at the president's first outing as president. He did this. Buhari Idiagbon regime changed our currency and did it in secrecy with a view to catching those that are stashing away illicit funds. It's a very good intention, very clean intention. The president's heart is white. Okay? But doing it at this time, within the time allotted, just doesn't make any political, economic, or sense. And for such a program to work, okay, we have to be involved as governors, as subnationals. Because, look, in my state, there are 2 local governments without banks. In Borno State, out of 27 local governments, only 2 have banks. In Yobe State, out of 17 local governments, only 2 have banks. So how do you expect farmers in every part? And remember, Borno State is 4 times the size of the 5 southeast states. So how do you expect everyone to change his currency within the time limit? Look, there are some things
So knowing the example, and given the example that you've given, what then are the chances of your candidate in the presidential elections?
Look, the people of Nigeria should understand that these are not the policies of the APC, they are not the policies of our candidate, they are the policies of fifth columnists that want to bring us down. They want to bring this country down. Because, look here, the governors met a few days ago and sent a delegation to meet with the governor of the central bank on this matter. We've never been really involved in this. We said, look, we are the people that listen to the cries of those below. I went to Cubao and Ikara for campaign last week. And after the campaign, after the rally, the Farmers Association came to me. They said, look, we thank you for all your good policies in agriculture. Buhari has helped in anchor borrowers and this and that. And we thank you particularly for bringing Olam that takes up all our grains that we produce. But why are you trying to make us poor overnight? There is only one bank branch in Cubao local government. Cubao local government is larger than Anambra State. One local government. There is one bank branch. And these are farmers that have millions of naira of their hard-earned money. These are not politicians in Abuja that have stashed billions. These are farmers that have millions of naira. It's their hard-earned money. And they want to change it. And they have to travel 100 kilometers to the nearest bank branch. And on their way, there is a chance that bandits will even seize their money. How can that be done in a few months? It can't. So we went to the governor of the central bank. I said, look, extend this thing. And let's work together. Okay? The governors with security agencies, we provide vehicles to the banks and central bank. We go town to town, village to village, market to market, and say, come and change your money. We support the idea of redesign. We know that there are people with stashes of cash. We also want that mopped up. Okay? But we should not in the process make ordinary people suffer or ignite the anger of voters against our party as if it is our party's policy. It is not. All right. It is the policy of a few people. Well, and it's probably either not well thought through or intentionally designed to crash the political process. Because what happens if tomorrow people start protesting because they don't have cash, they can't transact? People are trading by barter because many that have deposited their cash cannot get the new.
Do you see how serious he's talking? Okay. I am going to try to speak slowly so that what I'm about to say to you can replace all the lies he just told you, so that you won't just listen to me and laugh. I don't want you to laugh now. You see that short man devil? When you listen to his reasons, and then when it came down to the day, it distanced APC, Ebekebe, from the money change, as well as the issue of fuel scarcity, talking about a subsidy. And the short man devil repeatedly to justify that it is so quick, the change of money and the deadline. He kept the begotten devil. He kept referring to one local government bigger than Anambra, 2 local governments in northern Nigeria bigger than the entire eastern Nigeria, and they only have just 1 branch of bank or 2 branch of bank in 2023. Also, he decided to distance Bokwari from it by saying, we discussed with Bokwari, he reasoned with them, he agreed with them, only that some people, who are these some people? That is where the fraud is. It's going to get worse. Ha 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 ha. They will soon stop speaking in parables. They will soon start speaking, because it's called frustration. Bokwari na deaf and dumb. Here you get. They know him as that. But they need him very crucially now. All the suffer you have suffered for 7 years, they wouldn't really matter. But why? Why can't those people inside Bokwari's head allow you to enjoy a temporary, momentary relief so that you can give your 4 years and 8 years future to a sick Tinubu? Before you wake up, he's already your president. Now, it's going to affect them. It's going to affect the political process. It's going to bring Nigeria down because Bokwari decided to change money. And they, now listen to this. After they met with Bokwari, when he came back from London, he told them point blank, there is no going back. Like you, Rufai mentioned, I changed Nigeria money in 1984-85, Abi, in order to catch thieves. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. I want to catch thieves. I don't want them to use their money, that stolen money, in this election. I understand what you said, but I'll think about it, only for Bokwari to tell Emefiole, go on. But you see where their cowardice comes from here. Dishonest people. When they realize that in As Old Rock, they have done all the ganging up. And in fact, before their primaries, the gang up then was, the finality of it was just to use Bokwari to tell all the state governors, I want to choose my successor. So everybody will now be like, okay, whatever name Adamumu announced will be Bokwari's successor or anointed candidate. Sure you get. So Tinubu and co, they decided to flood the presidential contest, their primaries, flood them with over 20 people who are not interested in contesting anything. The confusion was so big that Tinubu and co believed that they defeated those who wanted to use Bokwari to stop Tinubu in their primaries. In order to make that work, it was in Abeokuta that Tinubu said, Emi lo kan. If not because of me, Bokwari will never be president of Nigeria. He cried. You know the story, Abi? That got to Bokwari's gang, and they were like, But it was too late. He outsmarted them, and he got the tickets. Now, the problem now is that how do you now bring everybody together to work for you? There is money. So people could pick up the money and pretend to be working for him, but in reality, they can no longer pretend anymore that there is no problem. So here is another propaganda. Tinubu went to the same Abeokuta. That was where he raised the alarm. Egbe pamo, egbe naira pamo, eba egbe pamo, eba egbe naira pamo. Amadibo, Amawole, a subtle jibe at Bukwari that you are hiding the fuel, you are hiding the currency, the new currency, just to stop this election, just to make me lose. Abi, we will vote, I will win. You remember, it happened in Abeokuta 2 days after. They smuggled him to Daura to go and beg Bukwari. No, I didn't mean it that way. I was referring to PDP, not you. Shouldn't PDP change Nigeria money? Shouldn't PDP they pay subsidy of 4.5 trillion naira? Is now PDP they pay them? They know he's talking about them. But it is now they have to take it to the next level. The next level is that the media will be involved. You see, this month, February, you will see serious media bashing. It is already working. If you haven't noticed, that's why I said it is APC versus APC now. Here you get Tinubu, like that I told you not to underrate, even the Bokwari gang, CPC gang of APC, they know him. And when it comes to propaganda, the Lagos Ibadan media, you go hear them. Emefiole, when they started with Emefiole, Emefiole no goes like stay outside Nigeria for weeks because he wasn't so sure if Bokwari is going to protect him or not until he was sure. And then he went to Nigeria. Who are those who are mounting all of that? Who are those who are like threatening with arrest and DSS and all of that? Who are those mounting the media attack on Emefiole? Tinubu and gang. So what happened? Emefiole had to extend it. Now they are saying that, even after the extension, if you have any naira, you can't use it to buy anything, but you should go to the bank, they will change it for you. That is what Tinubu and gang are about to unleash on that asshole rock. They're going to expose a lot. Not that things you don't know. Pastor Ruga is already marked. Pastor Ruga is called enemy of progress and a betrayer already. Sure you get. They are fingering everybody inside that place. Who they inside that place? We don't like Tinubu. Who are those who work against us during the Congress? All of them are enemies inside the asshole rock right now. And they're going to unleash the hell of this hell of propaganda and the rest. It's not going to be on Atifku. It's not going to be on Obi. It's going to be right there inside the asshole rock. Rufai is already charging that. They want us to lose. Really? You so care about losing just because people are actually like using that against you now. And you who have been defending the same criminals, giving excuses, you can't even be so honest again. And just be honest for the first time and stop using they, them. Who are they? Who are them? Inside the old rock.
Big questions when you say that. I mean, because right now people are wondering what is happening with your party's presidential campaign council. It doesn't appear that everybody is on the same page, singing from the same hymn sheet. So, for instance, if you have a president who is saying, I don't want to remove subsidy because it's going to hurt
the president is not on the ballot. The president has his tenure up to 29th May. He may not want to remove subsidy. But our party, if you look at our manifesto, we never promised that we're going to keep petroleum subsidy. We never did. Our party never promised that we'll redesign the currency. It's not in our manifesto.
Well,
you need to separate, okay, the personal decisions of some people in the villa from the manifesto of the party. It's important to understand that.
Is there a division? Because the people in the villa, some people will argue that they're part of your party.
No, most of them are not. That's what is interesting. Most of them are not.
Is there a division between those around the president and those within your party right now, which is affecting your party's presidential campaign council?
I believe there is. I believe that there are elements in the villa that want us to lose the elections.
Simple as that. And you see that media tour that El Rufai and many others are going to go. Let me tell you the plan. That statement that people may resort into violence because of this money change. People may become very angry and all of that. Don't let us forget all of that. They are already staging an attack on Buhari. Do you want to know why they are attacking Buhari and why they attacked Buhari in Kano? Do you want to know why? I'll tell you. Normal. This guy is walking and speak to Buhari. He will sit down there as a statue, as he is, right? He will sit down, listen to them, pretend that he's actually listening to them. But they know that he is likely not listening to them because he will not do what they want him to do. So, some people are making Buhari feel like what they are telling him is not important. Maybe we should start showing him. They are going to stone Buhari. Stone him everywhere. They're going to attack him. They're going to do a lot. And these are going to be coming from the same people of the same APC. It will be like AD. You know what they call AD in... what's be AD concept in English? I don't know. Spiritual attack. No, it's not spiritual attack. AD. You see, say take because when you boy AD no get English, yo. Anyway, it go be like AD or F1, the two together. But don't rejoice. Don't ever feel like that is them. No. Have you seen Hydra? AD. Somebody said it's a spell. Okay, I'll take that. Another person said it's an enchantment. Okay, I'll take that too. You see them? And Professor anyway, yeah, that's good. I'll remember that. A spell, AD. You would think it's a spell. You would think that they are what? They are enchanted. When they will begin unleashing on themselves, but do not rejoice like some of you are currently. I didn't want it. No, that's not how it works. In the coven, like that of the APC, Egbekebe's court, it is not over until it's over. Even if they see smoke coming out of their roof, after they are bloody and all of that, they may walk out the door, bloody, drenched, laughing together, shouting, APC change, APC change. They are back again. That's why you shouldn't rejoice. Because know something, there are many factors that are going to eventually shape what is going to happen this month. I did tell somebody, I said, if this media attack against Buhari and the rest from Tinubu and gang, if the media attack increase as I expect them to, if they increase in the coming days, the same way they forced the hand of Emefiole to extend the Naira swap and the rest, they're going to force the hand of Mahmoud, INEC chairman, to postpone your election as well. Now, when it gets to that stage, around that time, to those of you who are participating in their election and all of that, right? I can confidently then tell you that the house has collapsed. And no amount of time could fix it together anymore. They are done for. However, this is the 1st of February. And the 1st of February, 24 days before you know if you are going to have an election, a peaceful one, and any other name you want to give to you, the election, right? 24 days from now, drama and mentor. Oh my God, when they say this drama is going to be like a mentor, crazy, I'll be on their tail as usual, because when they call you, that they said he should watch his mouth. Watch your mouth. Don't talk like that about our leader. You are the leader. The Buhari is still the leader of this place. You know, Tinubu is no longer talking. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's never anyway. Tinubu never actually used that Bokwari achievement or anything to campaign anywhere. Sure, you know, because he couldn't, except if he wants to use the achievement of a death and all that. Meanwhile, in Anambra, where he became a pastor, he's saying, "I don't fear anybody.
I'm not afraid of anybody, and I don't worry." The man who left here, he called himself Peter Obi. We read in the Bible that before cock rose 3 times, he will deny Jesus Christ. He denied. So how can he give a promise to you if we cannot give this to God? How can he to keep his people at home, not working, and make them suffer before you want to prove a point? As Bola Tinubu not prove a point, did I close any market? Did I kill anybody? No, it means I am smart. I'm a thinker.
Yes, sir.
I'm a doer.
Yes,
I even tamed the Atlantic. God bless you. God bless you. To an industrial revolution state. They don't understand that. Now lie. When you hear Atiku use the word Muslim and say, Wallahi talai. You know what is in his heart? Na lie. Anytime you hear Atiku say Wallahi talai, just reply him, say na lie, you lie.
That's what he does. He gives us content to laugh about, right? A wiggle and wiggle here and there. He gives us content to laugh about. Peter in the Bible, I said that the cock will crow 3 times and it will betray Jesus. Hang on. Did Peter betray Jesus? Abina Judas? This is the problem. You don't listen to dementia patients and think you want to make anything out of it. You are just doing yourself a lot of harm. Look at that. I almost got lost there. Wait, I don't know. I didn't think about this before anyway. So yeah. Shena Judas Abina Peter. And they said that the cock will crow 3 times. That's what you have to deal with. If you listen to people who get mental problem, dementia, join, you may end up having to, if you understand them, that's why people say that when Tinubu speaks, he speaks in the language of the gods. You would need somebody to interpret and explain to you. Don't think you just listen to him with that your own, I'm very smart, I understand. You don't understand anything. The language of the gods, the one that the APC, Egbekegbe, have come to teach us. And now, that calamity. Anyway, they've raised the alarm. We'll monitor them and we'll continue to bring that to you for you to know that if fish won't spoil, now for her did they start. And their case, the case of Tinubu and Co., reminds me of this story. And it's a story of a young chap who went to farm with his father. As they were walking on the farm, the younger chap announced, Papa, I found a snail. Oh, you found a snail? That's amazing. Keep it. When we get home, we'll use it to pray to your own God, to your creator. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. It didn't take long. Oh, I found another one. Really? A big one. Wow. That means your creator is really behind you. We will use that big one for your creator and then appease your creator when we get home. He did this for like about 10 times, meaning that he found 10 snails, the biggest on the 10th announcement. Daddy, I found another bigger one. This is the biggest. Same response. Keep it when we get home. We will use it as a sacrifice to appease your own chi. Now, when they go home at night, the father said, young chap, my son, could you please come here, a quick one, and bring that biggest snail that you found, and let me use it to pray for you and pray to your own creator, your chi. And the young man came back and said, sorry, Daddy, I was just joking. There was no snail, there was nothing. I was just joking, pulling your legs. And the father looked at him and said, do you think that's funny? No, you didn't pull my leg. You pulled the legs of your own chi. You deceived yourself. So that analogy is what I am going to use as a frame. And I want you to do the same. APC, Egbekegbe, believe that nobody can stop Tinubu. Not even within APC, Egbekegbe. Because they have done their homework well. They have done what they needed to do. They have everybody on their side. What else would they need? So, it is theirs to lose then. Sure you get. It is theirs to lose. So, at the end of the day, we'll figure out how many real snails does Tinubu actually have in his bag. Just 24 days from now. Now, talking about Nigeria and then the octogenarians who are coming to help you fix a future that you are going to feature in, and they are likely not going to feature in that future. But here we are, Atiku and SPV. Yes, I'm corrupt. Was that your voice on that, that video and that thing we are listening to online? Yeah, well, I mean, is it true that you've got SPV to do secret corruption, not open corruption? Well, if you say so. If you become the president of Nigeria and you need medical care, are you going to go abroad for medical care? Of course. Do you want me to die? If Nigeria cannot fix me, then I'll go abroad. Do you want to listen to that? That's Atifu's responses to the BBC interviewer, which I'm going to share with you. And the credit also goes to them, BBC Africa. But before then, for those who are probably won't understand the level of propaganda that is still upcoming, okay? Let me share something with you. You have heard about Babariga Mobile Banking CEO of Kano, or Babariga Mobile Banking of Kano, Gandola. Anyway, you are about to have the Jaga Bandits. Jaga Bandits, Olowele, Oloweyo, Pashiparo, which is money exchanger, money swap, and then a mobile banking of a new currency note. Have you seen them before? They are coming to your domot before the election to let you know that Asiwaju care for you. Asiwaju care for all of you. Listen, Asiwaju is fighting for you. If you have any old money, bring it. We'll change the money for you. Omoibila said the bullion van don't miss road again. No. Enter Colus another house. This time around, no picture, no photo. Now the agent we see for streets.
As you can see, don't go. Instead of you going to express yourself in the back, we are here to give the old Naira notes. And this is as a result of the unreserved and ought to be work of the incoming President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Alhaji Tinubu Asiwaju. The ongoing program is proudly sponsored and powered by Tinubu Mobilization Squad. Don't forget to get your PVC. Don't forget to get your PVC. Vote Tinubu. Monday we shall start, Tinubu. On your Monday we shall start, that's what I do. The ongoing program is proudly sponsored by.
How many of you know that trick, right? I mean, you see, when I was a boy, and this, I'm talking about when I was probably like about, let me see, 6 to, when I was about 8 years old, and the adults back then, they were like, MKO, Hope 93, MKO, Hope 93, everywhere. And all the musicians are making songs for MKO. So, in our small town, Odogbolu, and we heard the adult, they were talking about immediately MKO last song, as MKO is trying to be president of Nigeria. You know, he's already rich. He has so much money. He's in fact lending money to Nigeria. He's lending Nigeria money. That's how rich MKO was. So MKO doesn't need any government money. In fact, if you know how many sheep of food, rice, milk, this one, that one, petrol, thousand, they are coming, they are on the sea. Immediately MK will become president like this. Bass. Hey, everything go just cheap. I don't know how old you are, but if you are as young as I was in 1992, you remember what I'm saying. MKW is bringing rice, MKW is bringing this, MKW is bringing that. Poverty will go away and all. You remember? Kolu is bringing new notes. Don't worry. Emefiole can do his worst. But just know that President Kolu can take care of you. President Kolu is going to bring. She's know that fuel, there is scarcity, Abi. Don't worry. Very soon, President Kolu's ship will arrive and they will begin to offload petrol. All of this are going to be part of what you are going to experience in this February. Oh. I just thought I should tell you, sure you get. However, Mr. SPV Atifku, you might want to listen to this before I go to the next thing. Take a look.
The office of the president. So why do you insist on becoming the president of Nigeria?
Well, first of all, let me start from a private perspective. I have many kids, children. I brought them up well, sent them to the best schools, both within Nigeria and outside. As I normally tell them, I have lived my life. But if I should bring them all back home, what kind of a country am I going to live for them? I think this thinking that I have is a thinking behind every parent in this country. What kind of a country am I going to live for my kids? Is it a better country than I found it or not? This is one of the reasons behind my perseverance, to run for the office of this country, not only for my kids, but for the future generation of this country, everybody's kids.
So what happens if you lose?
That's my fate. I take it in very good faith.
Okay, so
I'm not the first loser. Neither am I going to be the past.
Prior to that 2015 election, you were calling for power rotation. 8 years down the line, President Muhammadu Buhari is another now, is going to leave office, but yet you're standing as the candidate of your own party. Do you think it's fair?
I think you are looking at it at a very, very narrow perspective.
Okay.
We have two political parties, PDP and APC.
Labour Party is there as well.
Okay, say Labour Party. I mean, because they haven't contested presidential elections before, and neither did they have any, political structure. And during the reign of PDP, when PDP was in power, out of the, how many years? 16 years? 14 years of those years, power resided in the South. So they have a different history. Compared with APC, which is just an alliance formed about 8 years ago, and they, gave power to the North. So there are two different perspectives. But Nigerians, in a very narrow sense, lump all together to say as if, virtually power since the start of our democratic process has been residing in the North. A very, very wrong perspective.
So let's look at the health sector.
In the country, you are going to produce more doctors. And then it becomes now the issue of, will you have a fair remuneration, a living wage for doctors in our country? We can do it. We have the capacity to do it. We will do it. We can.
Now, there are rumors around your health status that you've been going around for treatment out of the country. Can you address that?
I don't go for any major treatment abroad other than normal medical checkup. The only medical problem I have was, if you recall, in 2006, in an election year like this, I tripped from staircase, and injured my knee. And I went to Germany for a treatment. I didn't have any fracture. I just have what they call a tendon rupture. And then the tendon was brought back and so that's the only sickness I have. And if the Electoral authority says we should produce our medical report, I'm ready to produce my medical report.
In essence, are you saying that if you win the election, you're not going to travel out of the country for any form of medical attention?
As long as whatever medical attention I require is available in the country, I will avail myself of that facility. But if it is not available, what do you want me to do? To sit down and die?
As the president, you'll be, of course, you have all the power to put things in place in the health sector.
It will be cheaper for me to bring in medical personnel from abroad and equipment, or to fly in and out, whichever is cheaper for the country. That's what I'm going to do.
Civil society organizations have been calling for candidates to declare their assets and liabilities. Are you willing to?
I have always done that. I have always done that. The only thing is that, the law doesn't provide that we should make it public. If the law says we should make it public, I will make it public.
For the sake of transparency, and because you're always clamoring for change, don't you want to be the change you're preaching?
I don't mind. I can produce it. I mean, it's there. They have been there. I will produce them.
So will you produce it this time around? Is this something we can hold you to?
Why not?
All the regions in Nigeria are facing one security challenge or the other. There is insurgency, banditry, farmer-elder clashes. I can go on and on. So what plans do you have when it comes to security if you win the election?
Well, there are a number of approaches. We have designed as a party and also as a presidential candidate. One of them is more boots on the ground, more equipment, and more training. The second aspect of that is also to consider creating state police where necessary, and so that you can have more levels of policing at various levels, at the state level, at the local government level, at the federal level. Our type of presidential system, was copied from that of the United States. And you will agree with me, in the United States, we have various levels of police. We have federal police, state police.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
spend a lot of resources on education.
We will work with you.
There's a reason why I had to bring in that Atifku in between, because according to let me see if I still actually have that clip. Give me a sec. If it's not the same, I'll just explain it to you. Okay, I believe I do, but if I don't, I'll come and explain it. But listen to this.
The manifesto of the party. It's important to understand that.
Is there a division? Because the people in the villa, some people will say, to argue that they're parts of your party.
No, most of them are not. That's what is interesting. Most of them are not.
Is there a division between those around the president and those within your party right now, you know, which is affecting your party's presidential campaign council?
I believe there is. I believe that there are elements in the villa that want us to lose the elections because they didn't get their way. They had their candidate. Their candidate didn't win the primaries. And I think they are still trying to get us to lose the elections. And they are hiding behind the president's desire to do what he thinks is right.
According to Bokwari, desire, he wants to capture those who wants to use money to buy the election. And he, Rufai of Kaduna, feels like it is going to boomerang. And most of the people advising Bokwari inside that villa, they are not members of APC. Now, let me help you with the conspiracy theory they are cooking. Now, 3 theories. Sure you get. The first one was that Lawan, who happened to be the supposed anointed candidate of Bokwari, Pastor Ruga, that came second in that their Congress, and who has withdrawn himself or withdrawn back to his shell since then. So the conspiracy theory there is that Tinubu has hijacked Tinubu hijacked the ticket. Now he's going to do everything to also hijack the party. And once he hijacked that, it's like a power grab. Sure you get. Therefore, they have to stop him. But here is their theory. They defeated Lawan. They defeated Pastor Ruga. But they now have realized that, handing over from Bokwari to Tinubu, the first gap is Muslim to Muslim, north to south, Abi. The plot that prompted Tinubu to pick a terrorist sympathizer, shitty man, as his running mate, a conk jihadist Muslim, in order to impress those who are up north, telling everybody that since they all know how Tinubu, right, bought the ticket, an infidel, in their own description, they can't trust him. So with that, the bigoted ones among them, according to the Rufai and gang, they have started working for Atifku inside the Aso Rock. The two theory was that they will stay within and weaken their presidential candidate, Kalu. And when the time is so close, surprisingly, a barrage of the campaign will hit APC, die minute. Even though they would have to have already kissed the incumbency factor goodbye, like a lone fight. The likes of Rufai and gang, if whatever they are pushing is not going to work, right? If the heat gets heater, they will dump Kalu. They will have to dump him. So that's why they have to use the people now. And they are starting that with, listen, Some people have hijacked our party, APC. They have also hijacked Buhari, the president. Everything they are doing right now, they are doing it in order for us to lose, but for one man to gain it. Atifku. Ridiculous, Abi? Now you they think I'm that way. Well, even me myself, right? I believe they will do everything and they will say anything just to ensure that you will sleep, you wake up. INEC will announce a call and you begin to wonder how did how did they rig it? You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter to them. Call them that they rigged, they stole it, they kill you, it's a bloody disorder. They don't care. All they care about is power and they don't care how they get it. That's what I've noticed. So their theory and their propaganda is going to be based on that theory. It's already out there. I'm not trying to make this up for you. Pastor Ruga is already crucified. They believe that Pastor Ruga is there inside the asshole rock, right? And he's doing nothing to help Tinubu get a bit of support and leverage. Meanwhile, Pastor Ruga is just a diaper changer for Buhari. You know that. He's useless. He's nothing inside the place. When he's bored, you call his photographers to take his pictures, his videos when he's sitting with by a computer or taking a call or meeting some photo up and they put them on Instagram, on Twitter, everywhere, just to let you know that he's still here. They call him Judas Iscariot. That's what they call Pastor Ruga. Because they believe that he has a hand in all that is going on. But these cowards are so scared to publicly say, na Buhari no one Tinubu. So they will condemn everybody around there, Buhari, and they will single him out and say he doesn't know. And that is why they are now organizing attacks on him. Just pray that the next attack on Buhari is not going to happen in your state, anywhere in southern Nigeria. It's not going to be funny. They will, you might not be so lucky like those in Kano that brought thousands of stones and they were ready to stone Buhari's chopper down. All of these are organized by these guys. Sure you get. They are those who are like, maybe if we begin to let Buhari see that he's attacked. So next time when we tell him that these people they are making people hate you, people don't like you anymore. But Buhari is deaf and dumb. Sure you get. He's been deaf and dumb to millions of you for 7 years. You know that. Why is he going to start listening? But here is here is a Jara. That is why I said, do not celebrate. Even when you see the smoke coming out of their house, don't celebrate, don't rejoice about anything. Okay? Because these are murderous jihadists, bloody, cold-hearted criminals. They can burn the whole house down to get what they want. According to them, they can rebuild it if they have to. They can burn the entire Nigeria down. Just to what? To keep power. Why do you think terrorism is in Nigeria today? And why do you think it's never going to leave Nigeria? They brought them. And they have publicly confessed to that they brought them. They never thought anybody was going to hand over power to them. Then good luck Jonathan gave them the power. The terrorists they brought, they've got nothing for them. See, I'm not making this up. It's a public, it's a generally known information. They brought these terrorists. The terrorists have confessed. Even Rufai confessed. So they will do anything. If they have to burn Nigeria down, they'll burn Nigeria down. So don't celebrate, because here is the Jara I wanted to tell you. These guys have committed so much crime. Buhari have done so much damages that the moment they lose their power and they fail to cover their ass. When I say lose power, I'm talking about where they are in a very, very better chance of making any decision or choosing. When somebody else can actually come after them. I mean, it's genocide that they have committed around Nigeria. Or the systemic ethnic cleansing that they have committed around Nigeria. The state sanctioned. And the terrorist pardoning program that Nigerians are being killed, kidnapped, but government is pardoning the killers, rehabilitating the terrorists. By the time you start opening the books, you realize that even if Buhari is dead, then they will exhume his bones and pack it inside Ghana must go back and take it to wherever tribunal they set up called the Truth and Reconciliatory Tribunal. But first, the truth, what they have done. So to cover all of this up, do you really think they will want to take a risk of somebody not from their own occultic APC, Egbekegbe, taking over? Do you really think Bukwari and his gang, with what they have done, Malamu and co, they will want the power to go just like that to anybody's hand because they don't want Kolu to be president? That is where I want you to not celebrate anything. You see, when they destroy themselves, you will know. You will notice it. But for now, na tear than they tear. And they are still pretending. But it won't take long. If you are following them here and there, you will realize that the frustration is coming out clearly, little by little now. But it's going to get to a stage whereby it's not going to be just talk anymore. You're going to see some actions, and it's going to be APC versus APC. Around that time, you can begin to say, okay, be like they already destroy themselves now. Be like the destruction is real now. Omo, you know what I mean? Before you know, they don't count body. When they begin to they count body, then you can begin to kind of look forward to the implosion of a fake contraption that these criminals came to expose. Now, as El Rufai said, these people want to bring Nigeria down. Let them do it. Be our guest. It's just that disobedient they don't want that. Now, here is another problem. And I need to tell you this. And I'll keep reminding you. You see this obedient, this, that. That they told you is nothing, or that you still think is nothing. See, I'm not saying you should see them as anything go. But somehow, it be like say, don't the president where they paying them all. And I'll tell you what I found. They didn't expect anybody to actually come out anywhere and say they are following Obi in northern Nigeria. 10 months ago, that would be like unbelievable. They were even saying it publicly. It's impossible. It's never going to happen. It's a joke. But do you know what has happened? Since the time they went to that Jos, and they went to that Kaduna, southern Kaduna, they went to this. Now, APC, Egbekegbe, guess what? They are accusing Obi of playing religious politics. Can you believe that? I told you, this is February. Una go have to deal with a lot. Unfortunately, those who are going to be wailing are those who called you wailing wailers for years, for trying to point out this fraud, this calamity, believing that you could probably save lives for years. These hallelujah boys, these vuvuzelas, these all-risers, these Facebook ads men, social media bandits, all these crumb eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, all-risers. They were calling you wailing wailers. They called you liars. They tag you enemy of Nigeria. But guess what? During those 7 years, Bukwari and APC, Egbekegbe's policies continue to destroy Nigeria, divide Nigeria, divide Nigerians, and impoverish them, terrorize them. The hallelujah boys, when you complain, they say it's because you didn't like Buhari. It's because you ate a Fulani. People are dying. They say, stop saying that. It's the only in Nigeria. People are dying. People are poor. They are hungry. It's the only in Nigeria. All these hallelujah boys. That when Tifnumbu and Shitiman, when they came out, think come now. The same Nigeria with them born you. Where you know that a lot of you are more religious than some of the prophets that you claim to believe in. You are more holier than God. A lot of you, because of your religion, whether na Muslim or whether na Christian, or you are so mad with that your religion that you have turned yourself into deputy or secretary general to God, who can actually tell us what will happen to people who don't believe in that your faith. But suddenly, Muslim ticket doesn't matter in Nigeria, and you want to justify that, and you didn't see any religiosity in that, Baba, it divided Nigeria more. But guess who is gaining from that division? It realize everything we did wrong with APC, PDP, everything that is wrong that they have done wrong with Nigeria. The only person that is benefiting from the consequences of the people's reactions, right, is Obi. I'm just trying to state the fact here. Because you see, these mad people, they told Tinubu that they will never follow him, they will never vote for him. If he should choose somebody from, as they do in Nigeria, if the president is from the southern Nigeria, he will pick a deputy vice president from northern Nigeria. If the president is from northern Nigeria, he will put a deputy from southern Nigeria. Now, in Nigeria, where you have a two countries, put it that way, apart from the nations, though, I'm saying, as Nigeria is, you have northern Nigeria, which is more powerful than Nigeria generally. The Nigeria has a law. That Nigeria law covers the southern Nigeria only. Because there are other superior law from northern Nigeria that are associated with religion, Sharia, Islam, Sharia, threat here and there by people, by criminals who are using religion. The religious threat, oppression, suppression in northern Nigeria, using Islam that they don't believe in, spreading terror, hate, and the rest for decades up north. They have now painted a picture that northern Nigeria is a Muslim or Islamic region. So if you are a Christian in northern Nigeria, it is a privilege that you are from northern Nigeria. But you are nothing. You are an infidel, an unbeliever. If a believer, an Islamic jihadist, a terrorist kills you, you are just a waste anyway. Now, that is what they made the northern Nigeria a monolithic north. And there is nothing monolithic about northern Nigeria. It's all for politics. Northern Nigeria will never change. They always vote. The Muslims, they always decide this and that. But guess what? The population of religion in northern Nigeria is actually put at 60% Muslims, 40% Christians, if you want to use them in that ratio. But generally, the population of a religion up north is actually 45% Muslims, 40% Christians, and the rest, atheists, unbelievers, or what have you, or the animists, traditional worshippers. Hello. In northern Nigeria, you have 19 states. Out of that 19 states, they've got North Central, Northeast, and Northwest. Is that what they say? North Central. You could have called the place South Central, because all those places are as close to the south as they are close to the north. But they count them as northern Nigeria. But in those places are Christians. Many of them have been intimidated for years. If they fail to vote for any Islamic jihadists they give them, they will come back later and kill them or wipe them off. And that has been the problems of the Christians in northern Nigeria. But you see all these jihadist fanatic mad people. They believe that since the person who is their presidential candidate is a Muslim from southern Nigeria, the ideal thing is to let somebody who is going to be chosen from northern Nigeria as a vice president to balance them up in Nigeria, to avoid all of this, must be a Christian. Since a Christian is nothing, if you are a Christian, even if you are a Nigerian, you are going to be operating under a different law in some part of northern Nigeria, Islamic law, that those drunkards, those drug addicts, those pedophiles, called clerics, and the rest of them hiding behind religion, have been using over time. If you want to come to northern Nigeria, we are Muslim North. I've been sharing to the point that as a Nigerian, and you are a businessman, the rest of Nigeria believe that don't go to northern Nigeria and sell alcohol. You are not in Afghanistan, or you are in Nigeria, but different laws for that part. Sure you get. So if you are a Christian in northern Nigeria, Christians in Sokoto, Christians in Kebbi, Christians in Jigawa, Christians in Adamawa, Christians in Kirby, in all those places, you are nothing, according to these mad people. That is the picture they are painting. But you know something? This Muslim tickets and the Fulani terrorism, as well as Boko Haram terrorism, as well as the state cover that this APC Egbekegbe have done. Now, all those places are now rising up, Christians or Muslims or everybody from those areas. Guess who are now screaming? Peter Obi is playing a religious card. Muslim ticket. They told Tinubu point blank. We know they call you Alaji. We know you are a Muslim, but we don't believe that you are a true Muslim. We are sorry. And an infidel will never lead us. But if you want us to believe you and take you serious, then you must pick a believer. If you pick any Christian from this north, forget it. So Tinubu chose his deputy, his vice president, because of religion. And people are now reacting. People who have seen what religion, what APC, Egbekegbe have done with religion. The shitty man that is demolishing, that shitty man, he was demolishing more churches in Borono when it was their governor. He was demolishing churches, demolishing everything everywhere, like, because it's anti-Islam. Why would churches be spreading? In Kaduna, Rufai gave some kind of laws to the churches and said, if you don't follow this, I don't care about your God, I will demolish your business center. They know it. To let them know that they are nothing, they should stop bragging that they are anything. He chose a Muslim himself. He chose a Muslim deputy governor. Is in Kaduna, where you have Christians and Muslims, so the same Kaduna some of you grew up, is now Islamic state of Kaduna, or the Kaduna, this Islamic state of Kaduna of El Rufai. Southern Kaduna can be burned down every now and then for religion. Now the same mad people are now complaining that you know what, this guy was going to areas. When you see them, all this APC, people destroying people, most of the time, when they do all these charade campaigns, right? They do them at the state capitals. They bring everybody closer. But, I mean, this guy, Obi, penetrating through the north, right? Whenever he gets to anywhere, he will go to those Christian-dominated areas, go to the Muslim-dominated areas. Instead of bringing all of them to the state capital, when he's done with them, then he goes to the state capital as well. But guess what? As much as you might say, it's just this or that, fine. But that's not what these guys are feeling. They are now accusing him of playing a religious card. He wants to divide northern Nigeria. How did he get such influence? So Obi get influence to divide the northern Nigeria. Somebody will be saying they're supposed to laugh at Tabi. Nobody will even want to. You know what I mean? But what happened is this. A lot is going on. And I'll continue to remind you. Either now you, obedient, go start the revolution. Or now these overconfident criminals and their supporters, now them go start riot first, because we don't know how it's going to go. There is going to be something to be shocked about. And I can tell you this because of the reactions of those who once said, I forget that, Jari. Who is this or that? See, remember I told you, I am just your referee. I am somebody who is never really, I don't believe I can be surprised, even though I love to be surprised. One of the surprises I'm still waiting for after the deadline of with a week yesterday, is for him to come out boldly and announce that he is supporting Tinubu or he is going to be supporting Obi. This can be kind of too shocking stuff that can happen, because I have seen that a while, that he is also a coward, a lousy mouth, that once they see that what the public is not really reacting to what they are dancing or beating, the drum they are beating, they can easily cower and keep short. So you, the obedient, I am not one of those that will believe that you are not pressing their neck. I told you, you are. And I'm always here to share that with everyone, because Adamu Garbage, you know that one, that ask you to donate money, that he wanted to buy a PC, a presidential form last year, and you donated over 86 million naira. You remember people donated? People donated. No, not in APC. What the guy did was that, people donated, and then the guy left APC, and he started attacking APC, the youth there, this and that. Same Madam Mumu. That quota system, twat, He's been crying all day yesterday, all day today. I'm surprised. They said that Peter Obi and Obediento, they are going to create a problem in Nigeria because they are playing religious card. Christians in communities that people don't visit, people don't go to. APC, Egbekegbe never visit anymore. People are trooping out in their numbers. In Gombe, in Southern Kaduna, in Plateau. Listen, these are happening. And if all of them should mean something, then you should be concerned about their worry too. They are desperate now, and they're going to make a lot of desperate mistakes. And I'm just here to keep the record. In one of those outings in northern Nigeria, this one, Kotundabi, somewhere for Gombe, I believe. Is he able to get all these people? How did they even know him? They say nobody knows him in northern Nigeria. Like, who told them? How did they get all these guys? They said they don't give them money. They know they give shishi. They know they give shishi. Baba. Okay. Here is another one. That's just that, right? But it was in Sokoto today to go and see their sultan, a sultan of Sokoto. And guess what? The obedient everywhere, they have been buzzing. You know, people need all this validation, so to say. And I can't really envy you guys, because somehow, you have to create your own happiness, yeah? And if being part of the obedient, which we all know this story, is your own happiness, I don't want to ruin it. Sure you get. That's why I always wish you well. I wish you a successful kamikaze of the APC the PDP, the establishment generally, which is your big wish, and I don't want to ruin it. So I wish you all the best in the karma that you are going to be, that will then kamikaze these guys. If it turn red later, you go still see me, oh, sure you get. Anybody will get one or two things against the establishment and they can push it and fight it and do all that, they will likely be my own body. Well, you know. So let's go to Sokoto, where the Sultan of Sokoto told everyone listening that, well, was my friend. I used to live, when I was living in Onitsha, before I became the Sultan. This guy, this man, this trader, very good guy. Well, I won't say much. Let's go to that Sokoto, where Obi and his team, they met with their Sultan. Let's start with this.
Hello?
Sorry? Enter now.
And I think this is what he himself told the emir. You might need to listen to this for like a few minutes, okay? It's courtesy, right? I know that you prefer to listen to Kolu that makes you laugh. Some of you will say that it's boring to listen to Kolu. Some will say, no, leave him. He's cracking me up. But it's a courtesy, just like the one we offered there at Tifku. And then you, right, can be their judge. Let's go back there into that same palace. What did he tell them? What did he tell the Sultan and the Sultanate and the Emirates? I mean,
Your Eminence, let me run you protocols. Your Eminence, we're here today to pay you highly deserved courtesy call and respect. Now, loyalty that would come to Sokoto State, our campaign, but I actually wanted to come before this time because of your busy schedule. That has not been possible. So we're gracious, appreciative that today, despite your busy schedule, you were able to accommodate us. For us, as a party, our commitment this election is to start the journey of a new Nigeria. To say that a new Nigeria is possible. Your Eminence, you're one of those concerned Nigeria about the position of Nigeria in the Committee of States today. Nigeria has become a state of no strategic importance to the global family today. Over the past years, all Nigeria has done is to produce poverty, where we have the highest number of people living in poverty in any country in the world. All we have done is to produce out-of-school children, about 20 million out-of-school children. It's to produce unemployed youths, where we have the highest unemployed youth. It's to produce sickness in our children, where we were taking India in infant mortality. The list is endless. We're not insecure. Everywhere you will say you want to go in Nigeria, and the first thing people tell you is, why do you have to go there? Why don't you send someone? Why don't you try to do this? Your Eminence, it wasn't so several years ago. So we met a very difficult Nigeria. And that is the journey we want to start reversing. We want a Nigeria where there will be security, there will be unity. But the Nigeria where we have to start pulling people out of poverty. Because the more you pull people out of poverty, the more you reduce the criminality. And we have a factor in government that will allow us to do this, which we are not exploring today. And that is the vast uncultivated land in the north. I said every day that the vast uncultivated land in the north can give Nigeria more revenue several times than oil is doing today. Because it's shown everywhere in the world, even in this Sokoto state. Sokoto state is about 25,000 square kilometers of land. That is about 2.5 times the size of Gambia country. So there's a lot we can do if we go into modern farming today. Coincidentally, the Bank of Industry Agriculture is in Kaduna. I visited Kano 2 days ago, and all the industries in Bombay, Shadan 1, Shadan 2, Shadan 3 are there. City of reference. But same is happening everywhere we visit. And I know the one who will be concerned with this, that is what we want to start talking about. That's why we said that this election this year will not be based on trial. No trial buys bread cheaper. Everybody suffers. Every ethnicity suffers. It will not be based on religion. No religion buys bread cheaper. Everybody suffers. Everybody's going through. It should not be based on anybody's turn. It's turn of the Nigerians to take back their country. And we in particular are saying it should be based on character, competence, commitment, compassion. So we can start doing the right thing. I have said repeatedly, I want to start the journey of pulling our youth as quickly as possible out of poverty. The huge number of poor youths that are all over the place in our country today is unacceptable. And we want to start the journey of doing that. It is time to start putting our children, those they say the out-of-school children. The out-of-school children, which they say is mainly domiciled in the north, are people whom I have interacted with, and they've learned Quran. And I've said it repeatedly. I meet them at the point where they're learning Quran and teach them skills and get them to be employed. Because they can be very productive. We need to get the country to work. Your Eminence, I don't need to tell you more. Because if there's anybody in this room that knows me very well, it's Your Eminence. You've known me for about 40 years. You've known me when Nigeria used to be like a country of celebration. As a first year student in the University of Nigeria in Sudan, I met you for the left now. Now we used to come to your house, we will stay there, cook, eat, and everything. Everybody was one family. Today, Your Eminence, we lived in Nigeria when somebody from Kano was mayor of Benin. Today, Your Eminence, I do not think the type of interaction we had with you 40 years ago is possible. Because Nigeria is not. We want to unite Nigeria. We want a Nigeria where nobody will ever say, I'm from the northeast or west. As an MA in Pakistan, I used to travel where we used to be in flights every day, Emirates, in several years in the 90s. You're going back to Pakistan.
I know. Anyway, I promised to take you to the scene as well, okay? In Sokoto. Before you arrived at that Sokoto, right? It was like in some communities in that same Sokoto state, some part of, you know. Then before arriving at the main one, I'll just share that with you because the last hour of this conversation, I'm going to open the line and we are also going to give you the update on our back to school program or project. Myself and Princess, who is going to go out soon to get this done. So tonight, we'll give you the update, the account update, as well as we're going to do in the next few days. So let's go back to Sokoto. And then our Obi and his obedience welcomed themselves today. Take a look. Share me. Babu Komi de okay. Well, she's not seeing me. I was gonna bring a princess straight away. She was there in the background, right? And I was doing all this like you know, trying to do some sign language that you know, like. But she didn't get that, or I was completely wrong. Yeah, that was from Sokoto. So thank you very much, everyone who responded to that my screen message. Okay, if you are watching me on YouTube, like the broadcast. Okay, if you have done it, don't worry, don't do it twice. If you do it twice, you are going to be unliking what you have already dropped. Okay, is your offering. We are nearly 2,000 again on YouTube, and I wonder why it's so hard to get us to say, "Oh, I'm here. I mean, I enjoyed this or not," but I can't really force you. I don't know how to force people. You can't even force people these days. People have to do things on their own. Princess Abibi, what do you think? Like, I wish I have this magic wand. Like, I could just say, oh yeah, and people would just do that. And it would have been much easier. I would be nice. I would never be like dictatorial about it with that power. But if I could tell people like, hey, and they could do that. So, Princess, how are you?
I'm fine. No?
Aha, brilliant.
So,
So,
everyone.
Yeah, good evening to you. And then you've been in traffic all night, all day, by the way. All because of the back to school project of the Yoruba Union.
Ben.
So how is it going?
Yeah, it's been a bit heavy, but I'll get through it, Maiyegun.
Brilliant. Now, I am not going to really bore you, all right? To not even bore you. No. I'm not going to waste your time. That's what I mean. Like, I can imagine how much how much preparation is going on. I mean, going into this program, and then a lot of that you're actually doing yourself. Sure, you get. So, what we're going to do tonight is just to give a little bit of an update. Close the fundraiser on the Back to School project. Okay. And to close that, we need to know where we are. And then if there's anything left that should still be done, whatever is really reasonable to share with us, okay, share that with us. Let everybody knows, okay, where they can come in. Then after tonight, we'll really be officially raising a fund for this Back to School anymore. So rather, just have to monitor your movements and all that, Princess. So, do you mind telling us the updates on this printing and all that to start with? What's the update from the printers?
Yeah, the printers are going to deliver tomorrow. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
The printers will deliver tomorrow morning. And we've been going about the logistics of how to get to all these places. We've been trying to get a former bus, a normal bus that can, with ACs that we can put our stuffs in and will move us from one point A to point B and take us round. So I won't even have to do the driving and go through the rigor of getting from one state to another and all. And that has been very difficult.
You told me.
I've been doing that. I've been looking for something affordable for the past 3 days. The cheapest I got today. They told me 800,000 naira for the whole trip.
Well, we are talking about going to about 8 states. That is going to require going to about 100 locations, places. That seems so much as well. And when you told me this,
it's just extremely tiring, Baba.
It's so costly for the transportation and all that. Okay, now we know that our printers will begin to deliver. You have your own mechanism or way of getting out and the areas you want to cover, which is your own full prerogative. Do you have a day you plan on kicking off yet?
Yeah, if all things being, if I'd been able to get the logistics together, I would have moved tomorrow morning. But with the situation of things, some people are still yet to get back to me, though. They said they'll get back to us. So we would have moved tomorrow, Thursday. Would have done Lagos tomorrow, and we'll do Lagos tomorrow and Friday. Then by Monday morning, we plan to do Kobe, the refugee camp where our people are, with the package you said we should put together for them.
About that, but yeah, I mean, we are going to talk about that, okay, Princess, which is also part of your trip. Logistic is an issue.
Is the issue right now?
Yeah, we have resources that are already paid or will pay for the entire production.
We do not have. I have about 3 million naira left here. 1.5 million naira of that is going to the printers, their balance, you know, so we could have leverage on them. I told you we paid them 3 million each.
You did.
So they have 750 each. You know, we have to balance them 750. That's 1,500,000. So we have 1,500,000 left.
After balancing them, we will still have 1,500,000.
Yes. We have 1,500,000 left here at the moment.
You have to say, okay, get the Oma boss. We'll pay them the 750,000 naira. I mean, sorry, 800,000 naira for the trip. So let's say we have that. Let's just say we have that now, logistically. Now tell me more about other things that are costing.
We just have accommodation, you know, paying the media. Yeah. We have volunteers and we have staffs. We have about 5 staffs. Then we have people that has volunteered. Somebody will be meeting us up from Ibadan. He called me this evening. I spoke with them. I have somebody that will be joining from Ikorodu at Beribe. Yeah, right. And I have somebody that will be joining from Alimosho. That's to link. And I have one other lady like that too that will be joining.
Accommodation. If we have sorted, let's assume that we have sorted the I'm assuming now, based on what we have, okay. You know, normally we agree that we must make provision for surplus resources so that you are never stranded anywhere. And I can assure you of that. You will never be stranded anywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Accommodation is also a very cost-consuming part too. We have volunteers. That could join you and they don't have to sleep over. Sure, you get.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I'm like volunteers from states you get to, but you do have some volunteers as well that are really going to move with you from point A to point Z.
To point B, yeah. Well, yes, to the end of the journey. And we have.
They're not going to be paid, but we have to take care of them, won't we?
Exactly. We have to take care of them. We have to, you know, be able to feed them. You know, so we have to be able to feed them. We have to be able to get a place that is at least conducive to place their head overnight and before we hit the road the next day. You know, we have to do that. We really have to. We have to, and with the fuel scarcity and the chaos with the and just
all right. Yes, let's speak on there are some information that I'm not going to want you to share with us. You don't have to share, you get.
Yeah.
So I only want to share what needed to be shared, and then we can all come back later. Let's say in another, 4, 5, 6 days or a week to begin to see the result of your work. And people will begin to say, how did they do that? I mean, you know what I mean? So, but I am more interested in the numbers of our beneficiaries and how you are going to evenly distribute them. I am more interested in that. You may not have all the details or you don't even have to share.
I have some of it. You know, mind? I have some of it. I have Ilori has been taken care of, you know. Alaja is doing a very good job. The people on the Ilori platform are superb. I'm super proud of them. You know, they came up with all of the schools and everything, 10 schools in Ilori, the number of students in each school, the head teacher, headmaster, headmistress number. You know, they are on our platform now, you know, and the amount of students we'll be giving books to and the locations, you know, they strategically did everything perfectly. We'll be visiting Ofa, we'll be visiting places that I can't even pronounce the name as we speak at the moment. And we know the amount of students
I know. I've got some names of places here, even though we are not listing the names of what do you call it, of the schools. We are not. However, there are areas in Ilorin that I have a draft of. I'll mention some of the names, like Pakata, Ilorin, Ira, Oko, Ode. We have Baba Loma, Abi Baba Loma, Oro Ago. Won't try you. You know what I mean? You have an idea if you're from Ilorin. So Akata, Ofa, Oke Oyon, Irakbaba Sonyi. And the numbers of students who are going to benefit from these communities are also listed there, Princess. That's quite impressive. So is that the same that you're actually going to use to say, okay?
Yes, that's the one we'll be using.
So we are targeting 10,000 school children. Sure, you know.
Yeah, 10,000. We got 1,600. We got 1,600 at Ilorin. So what I'll be doing at Ilorin is this. There is this school that has got 499 students in there.
500, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. So those ones I'll give them four exercise books each. So that will be cover for the rest. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
We are going to visit every of them because they've been told we'll be coming. In fact, they said they've been praying for us on their assembly every morning that we should get there safely, you know. And their parents, they've invited their parents too. Their parents will be there. We talk to them. We talk to the parents. We talk to the children. You know, we give them value. We tell them who they are. We tell them not to relent. We tell them because we let the children know that there are better days ahead, even if they've not seen any of it before. Even if those children have never experienced any better day in this country, we tell them there are better days ahead. And the good ones there, we can always give scholarship. Our school, we can always give the ones with torn uniform. We can always tell them to make uniforms for them. You know, the ones with special need and all. We will do it right. We'll get it right. We'll get it right.
Here is another part which I am going to ask everyone who has been part of this all along, and if you are hearing this for the first time, okay, let me tell you what this is all about. In case if this is your first time of hearing this, like what's going on? What are they talking about? This is what we are talking about. All right. There is a union. We call it the Yoruba Union. We strongly believe that through sensitization, proper orientation, education, and support system that could actually cover every phase or facet of our own people in Yoruba land, that we could actually gain a strong and a stronger sort of a momentum where our people are not just going to talk about this, they are going to demand for it. And when they demand, they are never going to be ignored. So we believe in that, doing this through this medium, education, enlightenment, encouragement, and support. So on this platform, right, and then with good people, Yorubas, and then Yoruba lovers and lovers of Yorubas who joined us, we have therefore put together our own resources, we put them together. So this time around, we are going to be visiting 8 states where Yorubas live in Nigeria. We call the place as Yoruba land. Now, we are not just, you might think, oh, is it books that will give us a Yoruba nation? Yes, it is book. Because in that book comes with a message that will make a child find a reason why he or she should actually stand up and fight for her own country. Not the one that's going to fed him or her with. The fake one that never worked for you. Most of you, the adults, you are still figuring it out. You can't figure it out. So we want to help those young people. We call it catch them young, educate their mind, make sure that their mind, their heart, their innocent heart and souls are never poisoned with the Nigerian toxicity. tribal, religious, this or that, all just to keep all of us enslaved for those who are going to be mocking and laughing at our slavery, poverty, and anguish. So we want to get to the real people who are the victims of Nigeria. We want to tell them, we want to show them, we want them to believe us, we want them to know that they could have a shoulder to lie on, to rely on, or rest on. And you can laugh at us as you like. And we will actually love it if you continue to laugh at us. Don't take us serious. It's absolutely nothing. Probably a waste of time. But do you know something? With consistency, you are likely never going to be laughing for long.
Yeah.
You won't be laughing for long.
We have our vest here, you know. We have our polo here, you know. This is what we'll be putting on. And it was donated to us by Mr. Tosin Balogun. He did this, you know.
Right.
We have this here. And we have this other one too. We have it in 2 colors. We have this too. So we'll be putting on that. And, yes. And it's a very good quality.
I know.
It's a very good quality. So we'll be putting that on, you know, to talk to the kids, you know, like an organization already.
You know,
I am proud of where we are.
I want to really touch to everybody asking that, man, we still need this support, by the way. We do. Majority of the members of the union, the Yoruba Union, they know where and where they can actually chip in. You can use the PayPal, you can use the Cash App and all of that. So far, so good. We've raised how much? From your side, we've provided about how much for you so far from here, Princess?
Maiyegun, I would love to do the calculation.
And I don't think you are in that
I'm not.
No, we've been through all day. Nevertheless, I can give a rough estimate, okay? So we have 7.5 million that will be paid to the printers. We have that. It's from our own fundraiser. She also reminded us that after making that payment, we'll still have about 1,500,000 naira, which then means you can say 7.5 plus 1.5 isn't that 9 million naira. So logistically, we have this short. We spoke about. See, there are 2 things we have added to this budget. Usually, they were not really there, but we insisted for a smooth and successful trip. We should find their way in. In one of them, Princess, God bless your soul. By the way, God bless your heart. God bless everything. Because from myself as your GO here in the Temple of Truth, right? From my heart to yours, you are a blessed soul, ma'am, right? Remember that we used to talk about these people. I'll come back. Oh, Princess, don't go anywhere. All of us who remember the story 2 years ago, our people became refugees in Benin Republic. I have never stopped talking about them. I have never stopped. But we decided that we're going to go on now to support the out-of-school children, or those are our children that we don't want them to end up out of school. And Princess came up with an idea that will take Yoruba Union to these people that Nigeria seems to have forgotten. We never forgot them.
Due to that crisis, Fulani crisis that was occurred at our country, that's the reason why we migrated to this place. We are forcefully migrated to this place due to that. By force. By force. It's not by willingness. Women.
Oh, man or women. How much are us, man or women?
Only you. Only you.
Dying here.
Both the women and men migrated from that area.
No.
And then people died.
But I say how many people they kill there?
Okay.
Yeah.
There are few many people. But that our many people. Many people have lost their lives. Many people have lost.
People
are still migrating because of that. What happened? It's because of the Fulani crisis. Fulani, they are killing the people anyhow.
They are killing the people.
Anyhow. They will move from any from one village to another. They will migrate from one place to another. They just keep people. That's the reason why the people are scared. They move down to
It's a long story. It is a very long story. If you have not been following it, I was about 2 years ago. Agbo Jodu from Ogun State, so they became refugees in Pobe, in Benin Republic. And this beautiful soul, remember them like, you know, one thing, we are not sharing food or whatever, but why can't we just pay them a visit? Give them little support, no matter how token, how little it is. Yeah? Why don't we establish contact with them? And since you told me that, Princess, honestly speaking, I've been like, wow. Wow. I never thought of that yet. But you did think about it, and it became part of what you are going to go out there to do.
Yeah.
And because of this, we are adding an extra to our budget so that we don't just go there with
empty-handed.
Sorry, we should see you. Go on, Princess.
So we'll be getting bags of rice for them,
right.
Which has been paid for. We'll be getting spaghetti for them, which will be, deducted from the 1,500,000 we have left when we finish paying the printers. Then we have the security too. We have mobile police with their vehicles there.
Which is also
with
coming
their
up.
Vehicles. Yeah, they will be, escorting us, going with us from one place to another, one state to another, from the beginning to the end of the journey, because we don't want to take chances, to risk the well-being of the people who will be taking with us and all. So that's about it. We'll visit Kobe, we'll talk to them, we'll give them hope, we'll let them know they are our people.
Yes.
And so they will know that they will give whatever it is we have prepared for them, we give to them. And see how more, if there's any school around there that their children are attending, we'll take books to them
as well.
They are our people, they are Yoruba people, and we will never ever leave our home. No way.
No.
So we take books to them, we talk to them, and that's it.
Right.
That's about
yes. What I'm going to do now is that we will take 1 or 2 calls for in case of people want to speak to you and all that. I've told you we don't really have to share much. I'm just looking forward to all the clips coming in, showing us those smiles on the faces of those children while you are doing what you now seems to know how to do best, telling them.
Maiyegun.
Over, yeah.
Some people donated while we were off air the other time.
Right.
I have a Jerry Abdul, 10,000 naira.
Right.
I have Risport Olatunji, 25,000 naira. I have Andy Shisaram, 50,000 naira. I have Ajibola Damilola, 10,000 naira. I have Owoyele Matthew, 50,000 naira, and I have Kolawole Beatrice, 25,000 naira. That's all. That's about it.
Well, that's brilliant. Is that part of our balance of 1.5 million, by the way?
Yes, it is. It is part of
brilliant. Now, the line is opened, and if anybody is going to be calling in, just make it brief because of our time, okay? And then, let me take my first one, by the way, Princess, in case if you don't hear this, let me know so I don't just keep talking. There's a caller. Hang on, where is that? Right. Hello there.
Hey,
hey, hello, brother.
I'm fine. Ekale,
How are you?
Princess Maiyegun Ekale. Morning, Princess Maiyegun. Princess Maiyegun Ekale ma.
Ekale, okay.
Ẹ kú akitiyan, ẹ kú bí gbogbo ẹ ṣe máa dá. Àkí gan, ìṣe gan. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa gbìyànjú. Ọlọ́run máa pa lọ àtàgbọ́n yín mọ́.
Àṣẹ.
Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí Ọlọ́run mú yín lọ rí Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ẹ dé láyọ̀. Ẹ̀mí pòfo. Ọlọ́run apamọ́, àbọ̀ yín Ọlọ́run apamọ́. Ìgbàlérò fún Yorùbá láti jẹ́ kí adébí àgbà Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí òmùṣẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ yín náà jẹ́ kí wọ́n yàn fún ọjọ́.
Ashe, thank you so much. Thank you.
So I am taking another one. Let's make it brief. I accept, and if you really want to add it, just make it brief as well. Hello there.
Hey, Maiyegun, but you don't talk about you.
Alafia Neo, Baba. How you doing?
I'm glad I really enjoy and I really appreciate your work.
Thank you, sir.
Listen, I keep on praying for you every day, and as I said, you are my sleeping tablet.
Thank you.
I love what you are doing, and may God help you put you to the top. This is what we call for as a Yoruba man. Listen, my name is Bedu. I give it to you all. You are the best. Love you, boss.
God bless you, Baba. Nice one, I appreciate that. That's like a shout out from Bedu, the people that knows that if our hearts are kind of a little bit touched and searched, you will see the pureness and the purity as well as the sincerity. So thank you, Bedu, Baba. Hello there.
Hello there. Hello.
How are you, sir? Yeah, you're live.
Yeah, I'm good. This is Wale talking. Wale Daini talking from England, from London.
Wale Daini, that rings bells.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Daini, yeah. I'm good. I called a while ago. I'm very, very impressed at what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
More man programming with a man. So
you have an idea then?
Yeah. But along I move around if we don't balloy. So along I wouldn't say along, I mean the universe
eventually they will not go scot-free. And we gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Go on, Baba.
No. We need to be proactive. I mean, I like the idea. More like idea. These displaced people of Yoruba land, the Republic of Benin. I mean, good job.
I know.
I mean, good job. Kudos to the young lady there. Because. Believe me. I mean, like at some point, I think I need to chip in something, because
really trusted the platform, trusted the people, and then we can trust them. Through them, we can do wonders. For example,
I'm telling you,
those who put 20 pounds, those who put 10 pounds, those who put 1,000 naira, those who put 100,000 naira. Look at it this way, sir. We are about to reach and touch the lives of 10,000 school children. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, I'm listening. It's a great idea. Anyway, it's very, very nice because it's everybody. But if all hands would get on deck like this, I mean, a whole lot of things could be solved. I mean, I mean, as long as the region okay, because when I had to serve as an example for it's
almost
that they need to push. They need to push for a referendum or something, and and this is one of the ways. So if it's because everybody be take care, right? I mean, each region, you know, but I just want to thank you and everyone because I'm a Yoruba person.
God bless you.
So yeah,
thank you very much as well. By the way, yeah, thank you too.
Yeah, thanks. So I need to make it brief. Right, yeah. So I need to make it brief. So good one to the young lady, yourself, and everyone whose hands are on deck. You know,
God bless you.
At some point, I mean, I'll start looking into things.
We'd love to have you on board as well. And then you know, everything that everybody you know, sort of chip in, whether it's advice, whether it's you know what I mean, it's all valued, and that's the goal, by the way. Getting everybody on board enough that to say, yeah, we can condemn all of these things, we can complain about them until we start doing something about them ourselves, right? They will never change.
Move.
Thank you so much, sir.
So I mean, like great job. Have a nice one, yeah.
You too.
And the young lady, what's her name?
Princess. That's Omoba.
Okay, Mrs. Princess. Yeah, Omoba.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right. So good job, yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice one. All right.
Nice one. So I have another person on the line here. Hello there. Oh, I think that's Mr. Taiwo, by the way. So network is that you, Mr. Taiwo? So oh, guy, Kaleo.
Baba Gio ati Mama Gio, Akinyo.
Mr. Taiwo show, okay.
Mo fẹ́ suggest nǹkan ní 1 minute kí n dẹ̀ máa lọ. Ó láti káwọn èèyàn kan fẹ́ donate relief material along with the exercise book to be given. So I would love a situation whereby work it out. I'm sure people are hearing me now, like Kobetan Law, donate bata, donate asho. Some may want to give something, even some in diaspora.
That's true.
So we can put mechanism for that.
That's true, sir. Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Taiwo. Now, the good thing is that, Princess, the moment you are able to make that contact, because you know that's what we do. We try to make contact everywhere. You know what I mean? Like plant it here, plant it there, so that one day you can look at the whole network. Princess, you can look at the whole network of where we have everybody, our people representatives, and it's just going to take one single message, one single text message to say, could you guys please do this or that? We are coming around. And that's exactly what you are doing right now. Some people those who knows how things are built before they become gigantic, powerful, right? Immovable, untouchable. They start from this parts. And that's what you are doing for us. Telling people why they should be part of Yoruba Union. What is Yoruba Union? What is the aims and objective of Yoruba Union? What is the end goal? What role should they play? What can they do? Where can they be useful? This is what you're doing. And if you establish dark Bobe contacts, I can promise you we can open a channel of support for them. Here you get that will come from everywhere. And you can make them benefit from that support after your first visit, as Mr. Taiwo just said. So I don't know. I just feel so happy that it seems that people who have always wanted to do something, or a lot of things, they are finding their ways around this Yoruba Union to come together, and all these ideas, they are no longer just ideas. People are more interested in making them reality. Am I kind of overreacting, Princess?
No, you're not. It is just sometimes some of these things get some of us emotional, yeah,
right.
And we sit at the comfort of our homes, you know, secured gates, securities around, you know, cameras everywhere. And you know, when I think about these people having to go through what they didn't even, it is not even their fault. It is not their fault that some people just decided to start moving cattle around at this age and time, and you displace those people from their land. from their homes. And some people are running around screaming, I want local.
And it's like nothing happened.
Maiyegun, oh, whatever message it is we are sending across, we get to people.
I know, I believe. And I believe you, Princess, I do. And I believe in your capacity, with especially with what you have done. And we always, especially myself, I will always give 100% support wherever you are going to be speaking or standing up for us. 100%. You should know that. However, I've also been given that same assurance by our people. You will get the same 100. The last time you were out, a lot of people were monitoring you that you probably had no clue until after the whole thing that they're actually like members of the union, checking you here and there, checking where you've been to, getting people to come to your aid if you had any problem in Yoruba land. And these are people who are not, they are not in Nigeria. So that's how connected we have become. And that's how much value we place in everything you're doing for us. So we appreciate that. And without wasting much of your time, you've had a long day. You know, I said that we're going to raise money, right? I don't know. I'm not in the mood. I don't know. Somebody will be like, are you not in the mood for money? I know, but there's another vibe for it, okay? I just want to share the update, share the information, and to assure you and your team, Princess, okay, you will never have problem with money. I'm saying this on here, okay? You should.
I have Kolawole Ayila right here, 15,000. Then I have Alamuhe Bell, 50,000. That just came in.
Well, there are more will come in, okay? And I'm advising everybody to please give us Naira. You don't really have to go to GiveSend, go to donate. You don't have to go to PayPal to donate pounds or dollars, okay? If you have any Naira, please give us. We need the Naira. One of the problems we actually have, Mrs. Busari, who made the last transfer to you, 600,000, is that?
Yes, 600,000.
She was supposed to give you 1 million Naira. She's been battling with cash, Naira cash, for days now. I'm glad you are in touch with her. I'm glad you two are.
Maiyegun, with all sincerity, I was at a party on Sunday.
Right.
And you see this money changer.
Yeah.
All these money changers. Someone want to share with my party.
Uh-huh.
More new notes. If
you need a video, if not because of copyright, I have a video where they are spending it in bills like that. 1,000.
Maiyegun mori owo yen lowo awon asewo ni party, lowo awon money changers ni party. Offer share 20,000 for need 32,000 naira.
12,000.
Yes. Yes.
She life near.
Who are those making money from that place? Well, that ring, that cartel ring.
No, you start.
Who have the people behind it?
Yeah, who are those who have the access to the money, and they got the money and they gave it to these guys? It's not even about them because they don't have access to the money. They don't. Some people do, so they sold it to them, and they have to make money too. Maybe they sold it to them for 20,000 naira for maybe 20,000 naira. They only have to gain 4,000. So they are going to sell to you for 32,000 naira, 12,000 naira to get 20,000.
Oh, sad, Baba, you know. Oh, sad. That's where we find ourselves.
Anyway.
That's where we are at the money at the moment. Money change. Hello, Danny. Oh, you there? Silo what me?
We were supposed to give you to add 1 million to what you have, and then just to make sure that you have enough at hand. Okay, so. But we could only get you 600 plus what we've sent her before.
That's what Mrs. Busari told me.
Yeah, if anybody is going to give us anything tonight or anytime you are seeing this video, okay, please give us Naira. And the details is on your screen, okay? We are going to always account for every penny that we're spending. Just the same way we're having a chat around it right now on here, okay? And I'm glad that we are not quoting figures now. The reason is because it's better not to quote anything than to misquote something and then come back to want to retract. I prefer not quoting until you really are there to do that, okay? So, Princess, I was going to take a few calls, but I mean, like I said, the vibe is not there. The message is out, okay? We still have some money. If we get you that 400K to what you have, we probably will be able to, kind of put you in a safe place for days, for 1 or 2 days when you go out there, okay? And as usual, if you let me know that we are having, or you're never going to encounter money problem anyway. So, but if you should get to that stage, right? Just one single message you will get to our donor, and they will fill in the gap. Okay, you didn't send yourself, and you're not sending yourself this message. We are sending you, all of us. Do you get that? So I am going to call it a night. Princess, little I really want us to share on the trip. Apart from the update that we are set, we are good to go. Yes. And after this program, just remember, Princess, okay, for safety, for comfort, and everything that comes with it, okay, if we have to pay the 800,000 naira for that trip, comfortable bus, Hummer bus, air condition, and all that, please write them the check, okay, and forward it to us, the bill. Wherever is any shortcoming, we'll fill it up. Don't worry. So don't try to improvise when it comes to your safety, when it comes to your trip, and everything we've discussed. Don't try to improvise. Don't say, okay, maybe we should do that. I just thought we should. Do you get that? I won't say more than that, Princess. Do you have 1 or 2 things you want to have? Go. I mean, before I say good night, because I'm going to leave you.
Really, I'm just so tired. I'm knackered. That's the word. So, and I say thank you to everybody that has been able to donate money, and people that have volunteered. I just can't thank you guys enough. I'm so very grateful. We are thankful. Adegba wa lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn tó ń fi òmìnira tó fi ń ṣe omi ìnira fún wa.
Àmín.
Aṣàánú wa gbà wá lọ́wọ́ wọn. A yọ wá nínú wàhálà làálàá kókó jọjọ. Àwọn ọmọ wọn ò ní bá wèrè yín lẹ̀ o. Tá bá múra sí dáadáa. Ọlọ́run ṣàánú gbogbo wa o. Ọlọ́run ṣàánú. I have Kolawole Ayilara. I think I've done that. And I have one person too that just came on. Piton Olufemi. Thank you so much. 5,000 naira.
Beautiful.
We are really grateful. God
bless
Thank you very much. Thank you, Maiyegun.
And thank you very much, Princess, as well. Go get some rest, okay? We will talk behind the scene and then ensure that you have all you need, okay? All the best. I'm not bringing you back here until the time I've seen you here and there again. So relax, plan yourself well, and we are with you.
I will, Baba. Have a wonderful night, yeah.
And you too. Good night. So that's Princess Balogun there. I wish I could take more calls and have a chat around this and all that. But let's keep it that simple. It's been around 45 minutes. That's 2 hours plus. Thank you for spending your evening or sharing your evening with me. As usual, we are in February. Are you with me? I beg, join my club. The team, nothing they shock us. When you see what they are doing, don't create your own alternative reality. Don't call blue black and don't call black blue or bala blue. Don't call hula balu, bala bulu and bulaba. Don't try to make light of the fact that are staring you on the face. Or else you probably will come back and say, oh, I'm so surprised. I am so shocked. I'll see you again, right? When I see you. Good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. MaiyegunDiary Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun Diary Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. ayé. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. ha kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.